initially it's like, oh, comparison, but really like I'll use the Bedroll in a tent.
Yes.
No problem.
Yeah.
Or even in a trailer.
Yeah.
Because it's all together.
Welcome to the Cutter Cast, presented by Canvas Cutter, where we leave chaos for campfires and trade deadlines for dirt roads. We dive into hunting stories, outdoor adventures, and the gear that lets you live life outside. Kick back and let's get into it.
You get them
Can't
gators
tell
get-
based on this little
Well-
split right there.
Right there is where she's gotten shrunk up or my foot swelled up because I can't really feel that now.
My toes are going numb. All right, folks, welcome to yet another episode of the Cutter Cast. Got yours truly. Over on our right side, we've got Mr. T Money, TD Cameraman.
Every time.
And
Without fail.
then we got
Just Schafer.
Shafe, not just Shafe. We got Shafe, Mustang, looking
dog.
for Shafe Dog. It goes around. And then over here on my left, we've got 30-incher back, Mr. Jake, Mr. 30-incher. Today's a really important topic. It's one that I've been wanting to do for quite a while. As our brand has grown, as our audience has expanded, and it's done so quite rapidly this year, we are super grateful for the opportunity to introduce what to most of you is a new sleep system called a Bedroll. And a lot of you see it in videos, in stories, in reels that we put out there. You like it. It looks cool, but the full concept, the full vision of what it is and what it can do for you and your outdoor experiences isn't quite there, just judging from a bunch of the comments that we get. So we want to take some time to explain why you would choose a Bedroll as a sleep system, how it works, and how you can use it with other sleep systems, and why we're of the opinion from a lot of years of experience that it is the ultimate sleep system. Not that it replaces other sleep systems, but it is the ultimate sleep system. But before we get into that, just a quick reminder, again, there's a lot of awesome stuff happening with Canvas Cutter, and we've got multiple products on pre-order. The REM pillow is on pre-order. It's been funded. Thank you guys so much. It will be coming early December, but if you want to get yours pre-ordered so that you're ready to go and receive it, head to canvascutter.com where you can do that. We have the Bedrock hybrid pad that's also on pre-order and is getting closer to being funded as well. It is also planned to arrive here early December. Incredible pad.
So sweet.
I've said this before on other episodes, but I have put off doing any type of air pad for years. And then we got this on a whim to try. It looked cool. The concept seemed cool.
Yep.
And after using it for several months in a lot of different scenarios, in a lot of different temperature and environment changes, I am blown away by it. So my foam pad hasn't re-entered my Bedroll since we got this Bedrock pad. So there's that. And then something I think we're all extremely excited about is V3.
Yeah,
Dominator
stoked.
3.0.
Really
If Dominator 3.0 doesn't suit your fancy as far as a sleep system, then Bedrolls just aren't for you, because we made it a little longer for those tall guys because it doesn't hurt us shorter fellers, but it sure makes it nice for the taller guys. Added magnetic vents so you can zip that thing closed, still get some really good airflow through there. Removable cinch straps, which is awesome. A built-in and removable mesh screen, which is incredible. Integrated pole locks for a pole system.
That's my
I'm most
favorite.
excited about.
Yeah.
Which is
Love it.
incredible, especially if you've used older versions on cots, just the way it works in science. Sometimes the poles would pop out of the grommets. They can't now. And a new pole system.
Beefier.
significantly beefier. Lot of content coming your guys' way on V3 here really, really soon. T and I are getting busy. Be behind a lot of V3 content. So the first 200 of Dominator 3.0 orders that are placed will ship before Christmas. So if you're looking to upgrade, if you're looking to try out a Bedroll sleep system, if you have a loved one that needs your old 2.0 version so that you can get a new one, make sure it gets on the Christmas list. Anything else that I'm missing? I don't think so.
Just that Christmas is fast approaching.
It is.
Take advantage.
Get on it.
You know, a lot of this pre-order, they are limited quantities.
They are.
And so
they are.
We have a goal to sell to fund, but then there is beyond that a limited amount. And so in order to guarantee that you get one, don't wait. Just make it happen.
Do not wait. Well, without further ado, when it comes to a Bedroll sleep system, a Bedroll has been part of my outdoor experience since I was, knee high to a grasshopper. Maybe a little older. A young teenager is when I first had a Bedroll, and I've been using one ever since. But it kind of is a new concept to a lot of people, which is awesome because I know how incredible Bedrolls are, and I think it will really change the game for a lot of people. You don't know, Schafer, that you need one until you have one.
That's right.
Really. And so for a lot of you who haven't had a Bedroll, have never used a Bedroll, you're going to have to trust us a little bit.
Take a little leap of faith.
Take a little leap of faith. Once you have one, you will ask, where has this been?
Or once you go with a buddy that has one, you'd be like,
yeah. Still, number one driver to sales is that.
Yeah.
Dudes going out with their buddies who took that leap of faith. They make fun of their buddy, like, "Oh, we got that," like, "Oh, and then they go on a couple overnight trips with them, and they're like, "I've got to have one of those."
So funny. It's like literally my experience.
It is in many ways kind of a lifestyle choice, an outdoor lifestyle choice, right? Yeah. I think so, but. What does the Bedroll offer us? I think it offers us for sure some simplicity, convenience, and freedom that other sleep systems don't.
Yeah.
It offers way more than that.
It does, which we're going to get into.
Yeah.
But when it comes to a sleep system, one thing that's super important for people to understand with a Bedroll is your bedding, meaning your pad, your sleeping bag, your pillow. A lot of individuals have like a toiletry bag. If there's a hoodie that you love, wearing when you're camping and to sleep in, you can have in your Bedroll. That gear is in your Bedroll. It's rolled up and it's always ready to go. So you pack it one time. It's on your gear shelf. When your buddy calls and says, "Hey, let's go do XYZ," you grab it and put it in the truck. There's no, "Hey, do you know where my pillow is?" There's no, "Where's that sleeping bag?" None of that, right? Back in the day, I had contacts. And so I would typically forget my contacts and contact solution. So I had a utility bag that I had contacts, contact solution, toothbrush, toothpaste, yada, yada, yada in it. So when I got out there, if my contacts that I was wearing when I left dried out or I got hit in the eye or something and needed a new one, I had it. It was already in my Bedroll. I didn't need to remember to bring it. Mm-hmm. That concept, I think, is new to a lot of people. They see our posts, they see videos, and they wonder, like, why a Bedroll versus a tent? A tent's bigger. And one of the huge aspects of a Bedroll sleep system is the convenience of it, the simplicity of it. There's no packing. There's no unpacking. It's always ready to go. You grab it, throw it in the vehicle, and go. And the reverse is true. When you're done with your trip and you get home, you want to know what I hate?
Dude,
I think everybody does.
Yeah.
If you don't like unpacking, you got something wrong with you.
Getting home from a trip and you're exhausted, and then you got to spend half the day putting crap away.
Yeah, no thanks.
I've got my whole sleep system in one bag. I literally grab it and put it on the shelf.
Yeah.
Done.
Or if it rained and it's wet and you brought it home wet, you bring it, take it out of the truck, unzip it, lay it out, let it sit for a while, roll it back, and then throw it on the shelf.
Yeah,
It's still
exactly.
simple.
Exactly. But when it comes to convenience, freedom, the other aspect, another aspect that's huge when it comes to a bedroll sleep system is those classic scenarios of, do you want to go out with your buddy? TD says, hey, Seth, Schafer, 30-inch, let's go fishing. And we're all like, that sounds phenomenal. Let's do it. And so we go. When we get to where we're going, do you know what we do? We go fishing. We don't get there and spend hours setting up tents, pulling bags out of bags,
Looking for a flat spot.
looking for a big enough flat spot to set my sleep system up in the first place. We literally get there and we go do what we wanted to do. We experience Mother Nature. We create experiences. We enjoy doing the activities that we love doing, not a side note to what we're out doing, which is sleeping. The camping portion, right? That's a side note. We didn't go out there to camp. We went out there to fish. And so that's what we're doing. We don't have to worry about setting up camp until we're ready to go to bed. We can come back from fishing, eat dinner, stand around the fire, chat. And when it's, hey guys, I'm tired, I go undo 3 buckles, roll it out. And if I want, I can just get in and go to sleep. If I want to set up a pull system, because we're going to be there longer, or I prefer that, it takes, at the longest, maybe a minute and a half, maybe 2 minutes.
Yeah,
and that's being like pretty liberal to put the pull system in, throw the canvas over, and go to bed.
Yeah, it's super quick.
That's, to me, that's huge.
There are other systems out there. I'm sure people that are listening to this are like, nah, not me. I've got a 10 I can put up in 2 minutes. And you might, but oftentimes those are pretty simple in design, so you lose out on some features too, right? Like there's a level of sacrifice. The more simple you get with like a traditional tent and pole setup, I feel like there's things that there's a trade-off.
How long do you think it takes you guys to set up your bedroll?
Bedroll?
Yeah.
Yeah, 2 minutes tops.
I think I could do it in a minute and a half. Probably far less than that, actually, because I have a lot of practice.
You do. You do. A daily practice. What do you think?
All right, I'm a little slower. And you pointed that out. Thank you.
I have.
It is a little, but maybe 5 minutes or less.
How long do you think it would take to take even like a 1 to 2 man tent, a pad, a sleeping bag?
That's the thing,
like
too, is because people, when they think about that, they're thinking about just setting up the tent and not putting all their sleeping gear in there, too.
All their sleeping gear in it as well.
Because with us, as soon as it's up, my sleep stuff is already in there. It's ready to go.
We did a video not too long ago where you set up a
winter.
one-man tent and I set up the bedroll. I was set up and chilling.
It took me a while.
You were
longer.
still working on the pole system, right?
Yes, yeah.
And I know people can become really familiar with their tent and set it up fairly quick. So let's say they know it, they're familiar with it, and they set it up somewhat quick and have to put their gear in it. What time do we feel is right to that?
Really fast, I'd say 5 to 10 minutes.
5 to 10 minutes, super
That's
fast.
really fast.
And I feel like for a lot of tents, it's longer.
Yes.
You're going to stake it down, put poles in, throw a rain fly on, get your gear.
For some people, the discrepancy between 2 minutes, a minute and a half compared to 10 minutes or even 20 minutes, that difference may not be that big of a deal to them. And that's fine. But at the same time, there's just more steps and headache that come with putting up a traditional tent where it's just a no-brainer activity for us. We just throw it out.
And potential for like a rough night because you forgot a rain fly or you forgot a pillow.
Your pillow
or something like that.
You stake it down. Yeah. I've camped my whole life, and then getting a bedroll only 4 or 5 years ago type of thing. when you started this out, you said you don't know you need one until you have one, and you said Schafer. That's because I've said that from the moment I got one. When I first got my Bedroll, and you had talked to me about like, hey, have you used it? How was it? I was like, bro, and this is honest. This is exactly what I said. I said, I didn't know I needed this until I had one. I love it.
We hear that all the time.
Right.
All the time.
When I mention like one of the number one selling points to our Bedrolls is guys taking them out and their buddies making fun of them for having one, and then they see it in use and they have to have one. Yeah. Because that's real. A lot of people see it and they're like, yeah, that's cool. It's kind of like, there's not a lot of applications for it,
gimmicky.
and it's kind of gimmicky.
Yeah.
And then they actually use it and they're like, I slept better than I do at home. It's extremely comfortable. I get it. It's so easy to use, because setting up other sleep systems, in my opinion, is often faster than the tearing down. Like if you're stuffing a sleeping bag into a stuff sack, if you're getting air out of a pad and rolling it up and putting it in a bag, putting your pillow away, any other gear you have in there, and then doing the same with the tent, like your tear down time is probably close to double what your setup time is.
Oh, yeah.
A tear down time for a bedroll is not much different than a setup time.
Yeah, and going back to like the comparison of time, this may not be a big issue for you, but for me mentally, it's just like, I don't even want to think about putting away that crap. Whereas the obstacle of going home and putting away my stuff or just packing up in general, I'm like, no big deal. It takes me, I can roll my bedroll up as fast as I can put it up.
Yeah.
Right? Like,
yeah,
for sure. There's not a huge difference.
Well, there is
for me, it's just
applications
super
for it.
nice to just roll it up and throw it in.
There is times where that actually really does matter.
Yeah.
Like if you're hunting,
Yeah.
and you need to get somewhere, the difference between 3 minutes and you're in the truck going and 20 minutes does matter.
Or
Big
go
time.
back to your fishing example. We show up late, the bite's on, it's about to get dark, we only have a limited time to fish. We're going to go fish and then worry about our bedrolls when we come back, whereas the mental obstacle of, well, we're going to go fish, now we got to come back, we got to set up the tent in the dark, we're looking for a flat spot. Like it all, yeah, you're absolutely correct.
It is
We're not
silly
trying
for
to make
a lot of
mountains
people.
out of molehills, but
Right.
nonetheless, it's convenience.
There's lots of situations I've been in where I was like, I'm so glad I had a bedroll.
Exactly.
Like getting off the mountain because a storm's coming, or there's just tons of examples. But one comment that we received on a video that T put out, and it was a sincere comment, and I tried to respond to it sincerely, but it did bespeak of a lack of vision when it comes to the Bedroll sleep system. But their criticism was, there's really not a lot of use cases for this except maybe for hunting. Mm-hmm. And I countered with a handful of use cases, and I just want to point a few more of those out in case you're wondering, like, well, I'm not a big hunter, or if you're only using it hunting, like, is it worth investing in a bedroll when I'm going to use it, for a couple weekends out of the year? But you're missing a lot of applications. And you mentioned one on the way back from lunch. You live one every single day, actually, that's not on here, but here's a few applications for the bedroll. Camping, preseason scouting trips, where it's just a quick, you're going out for a day or two and coming
highly
back,
mobile.
right? Highly mobile, right? You're not, you're not staying in this one spot. You're going to glass it for the morning, then you're going to go check somewhere else, right?
Covering a lot of ground.
Covering a lot of ground. All kinds of hunting, for example, shed hunting, predator hunting, upland game bird hunting, western big game hunting, except for backcountry hunts, whatever that means. That's a whole other podcast. Unless you're packing in on horses, then it is a backcountry sleep system. Midwestern whitetail hunting, and so on. Truck camping, overland and off-road, ranch work, late nights after a long hunt, fishing trips, houseboats, overland, off-road, ranch life, staying at a buddy's house. You're traveling through and you're going to stop at a buddy's house.
You
You can
always have
sleep
your
on a
own bed.
couch or in their bed, at one of their beds, or you can sleep in your own bed,
Yeah.
which is way better. So you just roll it out on the floor, right? You don't need to set the pole system up. Just roll it out on the floor. Super comfortable pad.
Well,
your
you're not
bed.
an inconvenience to
And
whoever
you're
you're
not
staying
an
with,
inconvenience.
right? Like,
Yeah, all your stuff is self-contained.
Yeah.
You're not being a bother at all.
Work trips. There's people who travel a lot for work, and I'm not talking like getting in a plane. I'm talking, well, I've got to drive to Laramie, and then we're coming back over here, and then, I'm gone for a week traveling for work. Again, sleeping in your own bed versus a hotel not only saves you money, it's so convenient. There are portions of long drives where if you could pull over and take, a power nap or sleep for a couple hours and get on, it doesn't matter where you're at.
Also,
Or what the
huge
weather is.
difference,
Just pull over and go to sleep.
if you're gonna stay in a hotel motel, throw your bedroll on.
Yeah,
Throw
I was
your
gonna
bedroll
say,
on the bed.
I'd
I've
rather
done that
sleep.
multiple
Yeah,
times.
A lot of people tell us about that at Western Hunt, actually, or at least I've had people come up.
Then
That's
you know
true.
it's
I
clean.
use this in like crappy hotels all the time.
yeah.
Yeah. Emergency preparedness. Jobs that would benefit from having a bedroll.
Rodeo.
Hunting guides and outfitters, ranch, rodeo, Division of Wildlife Resources officers and biologists,
Firefighters.
university biologists and archaeologists, wildland firefighters. You're at a station, and most of you guys know you're on call for a period of time. You can sleep in the crappy station bed, or you can roll out your bedroll and sleep like a king. And it's your bed, it's your bedding, it's your space, which is huge. Driving truck. If you're a truck driver and you got the cab, a lot of truckers have emailed us and told us our bedrolls are perfect for trucking because oftentimes they get a different truck on each trip. And you don't know what other trucker's been sleeping there. So to roll your own bedding out is huge for them. And it's so easy to throw in and out. Photographer, videographer. Photographers are all over the place. T is an example. Well, it's Friday and he's like, I'm going to Jackson. See you on Monday. I'm going to South Dakota to marry people and then to
You don't
take
stay in the
some.
same area code for a weekend. There's no shot.
And a lot of photographers and videographers, especially if they have, a bunch of freelance gigs, bro, what an incredible option for your bed. Any other job that requires a lot of road travel or being away from your bed. And then to top that off, we hear both at Western Hunt and through emails regularly that dudes will sleep in their bedroll at home every night. Their wife will sleep in the bed because they sleep so much better in their bedroll than they do in their bed.
Or they have a little kid that kicks them out of their bed.
Or they have a child in the middle of the night that kicks them out of bed, and so they find themselves sound asleep in the basement. Can you imagine taking that comfort that you prefer over your bed at home and having that same comfort on the mountain, in the desert?
There's a little fall off. Yeah.
That's pretty gnarly, because one of the biggest complaints I hear about people that don't like camping is sleeping in the outfit. It's so uncomfortable. They're so uncomfortable.
And so
Not
many
here.
people
Not
don't
here.
value sleep when they're away from home.
It's true.
Which is so backwards. Because
So
you
backwards.
honestly need it more than ever.
More than
Especially
ever.
if you're like hunting or doing anything where it requires mental health and physical as well. Like, you need to be top of your game a lot of time, and sleep is hugely important to that.
Well, that's a big deterrent for people. Like, oh, I don't want to go. I
Yeah.
like going camping, but I don't like. I
Hate
don't
sleeping
sleep
bad.
Dude,
well.
Yeah.
And then I don't know if let's just not go.
If our only
Right.
option
So-
was to
True.
blow up an air pad in a chintzy little tent,
I would hate it too.
I'm not a camper then.
Right.
I'd
Right.
hate
That's what
It
I'm
just
saying.
sucks. I
No,
don't
it
like
does.
backpacking. I do it because of what the results may be,
Right.
but it sucks when I'm doing it. I don't enjoy it. In my bedroll, I'm like, I can't wait to get to bed.
yeah, that's so true.
Let's talk about briefly the durability, longevity, and weather resistance of a bedroll. A lot of sleep systems will protect you from weather. But what about durability and longevity? Bedroll comparison to nylon, polyester tents, and other
I
sleep
wanted
systems.
to add, though, before we jump to that, with the protection, right? Tents will protect you, but there are also 4-season tents. There's 3-season tents.
Correct. That's true.
There's 2-season tents in a sense, right? It depends on what you're buying and what you're using it for. Our bedroll is a 4-season application.
Yep.
It'll handle the most harsh and cold environments, and it'll handle the most hot and humid environments.
It's true.
So it is very versatile. So it plays into that. But yeah, I would say shelters protect you from the elements, but not all on the same level.
Yep.
And I feel like we could stack up against the most beefy, top of, crud. I think a sweet goal of ours should be that we have a bedroll on like base camp of Everest. Right?
That would be wild.
We got to do that.
That would be cool.
Stacked up against those flipping 4-season fortresses that they have up there.
Yeah.
But you can put them in a tent too. Like there's not a separation, right? Like
Yeah.
Yeah.
if you like, I go with my family, right? And maybe you want to be in the tent with them, like because that's part of the experience, right? Well, guess what? I'm going to put my bedroll in the tent.
Yeah, let's
Should we
pause
talk
on the
about that?
durability. Yeah,
Yeah.
let's go to versatility. Lots of sleep systems. We're not a hater on other sleep
No.
systems.
No, we have
we have
them.
other sleep
Yeah,
systems.
of course.
Yeah.
We've got trailers. We've got wall tents. We've got tents, nylon, polyester, and of various kinds.
Yep.
Other canvas tents. We've got bivvies. We've got teepees. All those are valuable sleep
Hammocks.
systems. Hammocks. All of them are valuable sleep systems. The crazy thing is a bedroll works with the trailer.
So good.
It keeps all your gear in one place. It is more comfortable than, well, I grew up with, my dad had a fifth wheel when I was young, and then we ended up selling it. I never slept comfortable, but I was always either on one of the bunks
The
or
couch
occasionally
cushions,
the
man.
table.
The
one.
dinette
Terrible.
turned into
Yep.
a bed.
It's terrible.
You cannot tell me those are more comfortable
No.
than a bedroll.
Oh,
So,
no.
point is, you can use it with a trailer.
Yep.
You can use it. We do in a wall tent.
All the time.
Wall tents are awesome. They're awesome. And the ambience of a wall tent when you're outdoors for a long time, it's awesome to come back
to
to
beat.
camp. You got wood burning stove, the smell of canvas. It's great. But guess what? There's mice in wall tents. There's spiders and bugs in wall tents. There's dudes in wet clothes, your buddies in wall tents. To have your bedroll zipped completely closed, it's awesome.
It also baffles the sound pretty
Yes,
good.
it does.
It does baffle the sound really good.
Snoring.
I can attest to that. Diesel truck at 5 feet.
Yeah.
Yeah. Jay, if you don't know that, on my elk hunt, Jake almost got backed over by a diesel truck. Some moron. Schafer almost went to jail. A regular tent. You mentioned this. You go out with your family, wife and kids. You want to all be together. To have a big tent, I know when I go with my wife and kids, my kids have a bedroll. My wife has her bedroll. I have mine. We have a big tent that pops up pretty quick that sleeps all of us. And each kid has their own space with all their gear in their bedroll.
Which is killer for me and my mental space because I'm particular. I
Keeps it
like my
clean.
stuff nice and neat. And historically, growing up with my buddies, scout troops, what have you, you're in a tent.
Stuff's everywhere.
And, dude,
Sleeping bags
this
over
guy's
here.
stuff's all over my stuff, and this guy's got his feet on me. It's like I feel very much isolated, even if I'm in close quarters within my bedroll.
Yep.
And that, to me, is just a nice peace of mind.
Well, do you want to know what's annoying when it comes to camping with family? Is if you have 4 sleeping bags you have to stuff into a stuff bag.
Yeah, as a dad,
If you
for
have
sure.
4 pads you have to put away.
Yeah.
If you're telling kid come get your pillow and
And the
trying to
back and
figure out where.
forth.
And not only that, But putting all those individual bags and pieces packed away in a vehicle, they just like spill everywhere. Yep. You use a bedroll inside a large tent, it takes 2 minutes to less than a minute to unroll it, maybe 2 minutes to roll it up. So for my family, we're looking at like 10 minutes. Everything's out of the tent and packed away. Then it's just take the tent down, right? Regular tents, bedroll works inside them. There are applications like, for example, with a teepee tent, you could use a bedroll inside that, but I envision that on like a pretty hardcore backcountry hunt where you're hiking into a canyon, you want to stay there, and you want to minimize as much weight and space as possible. So your buddy has the stove and poles, you have the tent and some other gear, and you're both staying in there. That's a great sleep system for that application.
Yep.
You have bivvies that for their applications and what you're trying to do with as light as possible.
See, that's where you lose me on the bivvy. The bivvies are just...
You don't like them, but you're also like not doing like a 40 miler across the Ozark Trail, right? True. Yeah. So, because I'm with you too. I think a bivvy's one of the dumbest things ever, but for its application, there you have it. And it works for people. We're not saying that the bedroll needs to replace that, but the bedroll should be in your arsenal of sleep systems. It's the ultimate sleep system because it has the most applications. Yeah. You can use it in all those scenarios. Agreed. And not only that, like if you're out on a hunt and you have a fifth wheel or even a wall tent, we sell a wall tent, and you find out, hey, the south end of this unit sucks. Mm-hmm. We need to be on the north end of this unit or the central part of this unit. Mm-hmm. You know what you do with a bedroll? You roll it up and go. Yep. You know what you don't do with a trailer or a wall tent? Tear that crap down and go. It's an all day. It's an all day thing. It's a waste of time. Yeah. Bedroll, you're free to come and go as you. So when it comes to versatility, find me a sleep system that's better. Yeah. Find me one.
Yeah. Seriously. No.
Quickly, let's go back. Durability. Mm-hmm. 15-ounce canvas.
Stuff is
versus
rugged, strong.
Versus 20 to 40D nylon, ripstop nylon, polyester. Great fabrics. Incredible fabrics. They are not as durable and they are not as strong as canvas.
They can be in certain aspects, but all around durability, no. Yeah. Right? They're either strong in one category and weak in another, or vice versa. But canvas is, from a blanket perspective, strong in all areas. It's not the strongest in tear resistance or puncture resistance. You can find materials that are. But overall, for averaging everything out, it is dang hard to beat a canvas, specifically like a heavy canvas.
There are nylon tents that if you farted, you'd burn a hole through them. I have slept in our bedroll directly on lava rock in Arizona on a Coues deer hunt for multiple nights. You roll that thing up, you would never know it. That was before our barrier mat. Yep. We literally showed up again, middle of the night. It was like 1:30 when we got there. We were so tired. I'm like, this looks good enough. And it was just rock. And with our foam pad. Yeah. Couldn't even feel it. I was blown. I was expecting to have a crappy night.
It's so good.
Slept awesome.
You take your fancy space age sil nylon or whatever and drape it across a mule and go up the trail with it. Yeah. Tell me how it looks when you get there. Drape a bedroll over the top and get to get your destination.
Just fine.
Might be a little, got some sap on it or some tree branch character.
Yeah, I like it.
Nonetheless, it's good to go.
15-ounce canvas. It's breathable yet waterproof. I want to explain that a little bit. Taped seams, YKK zipper, built to be 4 seasons, like you mentioned.
Even down to the thread we use.
To the thread we use.
Chintzy thread. It is strong thread.
Something that I would love for people listening or watching to understand as well when it comes to waterproof. I think a lot of people, when they hear waterproof, they think of like duck waders,
PVC.
like they think of rain boots. They think so. Waterproof, actually, there's a scale of waterproof, and so you can have something that is in that scale of waterproof that's waterproof to a certain amount, and then water can penetrate it. It's still waterproof.
There is a threshold that is defined.
There is a threshold that's defined, but that can go up to completely sealed.
Correct.
Right. Our Bedroll is in about the mid-range, to where I have been on a hunt and it rained for 3 days straight, hardly ever let up. It was an elk hunt, dry. But our canvas, even though it's waterproof with both a repellent on the outside of the canvas, which over time will get saturated, and rain will go through that and it will saturate the canvas. The canvas is sealed on the inside with a PU coating, with the taped seams. The water can't penetrate that PU coating. The PU coating, though, however, is thin enough to where it still allows the canvas to breathe. That's one of the properties of canvas that makes it hard to beat, is its breathability. So we do live in a happy medium spot between waterproof and breathability. The more waterproof something becomes, the less breathable it is. The more breathable you get, the less waterproof.
I do want to touch on that, and not to. We have a lot to cover in a short period of time, or a short time here, but it is breathable, but it is not. You still, the way the bedrolls are designed, you still have to utilize.
If you have a 2.0,
the way we intend them to be used, in that you got to have your zipper space so you're getting fresh air. In the 3.0, you got to use your vents. Because if you do zip yourself all the way up, guess what? Your respiration rate will increase. It might induce some anxiety. Your body might be going, hey, I'm not getting enough oxygen.
Yeah, breathability doesn't mean that you feel a summer's breeze.
Right.
Yeah.
So we are claiming, and it is true, our fabric is breathable, but to be waterproof and breathable, that is a tough challenge. And
We're right in the middle.
And the canvas does it, but we have to mitigate certain issues with that too.
Super valid. Which the 3.0 does away with that issue. With the 2.0, you leave it unzipped on each side, and it creates great airflow. Always has, right? One of the big comments that we get is, how do you breathe in that thing? And I have said sarcastically, through your nose or mouth. Because you just unzip both sides, and it really does pull in air. I've never had a problem. 3.0, you can zip it completely closed. It's got 4 vents, and it is sucking in airflow really well through there.
Yep. Totally.
I think that 4 seasons we've been snowed on.
Oh yeah.
We've been rained on.
Oh yeah.
You've been in negative 20.
26.
My lowest was negative 14.
Well,
so I don't know. Up at Strawberry, Strawberry. How cold was it? My truck stopped.
It was like probably 2 degrees or something. It was cold, but it wasn't.
My truck stopped at negative 10. Remember, and then it was
10.
stuck there.
It stopped at 10, didn't it?
I don't know.
I think so.
Maybe.
It all depends on it. Yes, you got to be prepared. You got to have a good sleeping bag.
Yeah.
You got to be layered. You got to do all the things, right?
Yep.
It does increase the warmth of the bag you're in.
I'm glad you brought that up. By 10 to 15% is what, with an outdoor-indoor thermometer, it increases whatever your sleeping bag is, it will add about 10 degrees.
Yeah. Easy, I think. That's a pretty conservative number. Because I've slept in our sleeping bag, open air, and been warm, and then but zipped up, and then I've zipped my canvas over top of me, and been so hot I've got to be out of my sleeping bag.
Yeah, you got to flap it open. Yep.
So, and with similar temperature at night. So,
comfort level
challenge
comparison.
us. I'm serious.
Yeah,
we have enough experience with ourselves, but customer feedback. Find a more comfortable sleep system without it being some 12-inch foam mattress.
Yeah.
It's
seriously
so hard to beat. There are people that are blown away with our foam, and it's not drugstore foam. It is not You cannot go buy this at Home Depot.
It's not the egg crate.
Yeah,
It's
a lot of people
not.
blush when they see the price.
Right.
Go find foam that's better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And to put it in perspective, I've slept on mine, I mean, nearly every night for 3 years.
That's crazy.
3.5 years now.
That's crazy.
And I still have the same foam pad I got the first day I got hired at Canvas Cutter. So
you're bound to get a new one soon.
Holds up pretty good.
It does. It really does, though.
Really does.
And that's with it being like rolled up a lot too, which does kill foam over time. Okay, a couple things real quick. We got versatility. We got comfort and warmth. Common misperceptions of Bedroll. Very limited use cases. I think we've addressed that.
Yep.
You won't use it enough to make it worth it. I hear that at Western Hunt Expo regularly. Yeah. I love the idea. I think it's great. I think what you guys are doing awesome. I just don't know if I'd use it enough.
Which, to contrast that, we hear a lot of the opposite, that people are like, I got one, I didn't think I was going to use that much, and then I use it way more than I thought I was going to.
I was going to have these good people watching. Look at me in the eye right now. I'll crop in. I promise you, you will use your Bedroll significantly more than you think you will. Because once you use it, you'll be like, dang, I like
You'll
that.
You'll find every excuse to take it.
And you will find every excuse to take it.
Even if you only used it 1 or 2 times a year, guess what? Then the longevity and durability factor comes in. Yes. And over time,
exactly,
it's going to outlast any other options out there for the most part.
Yep.
And it's an investment. It really is.
Yeah.
It's going to last, and it's going to be.
The original one I've had it for 25 years.
That's crazy.
Like you add up, like you're saying, 2 or 3 times a year, whatever, over 25. Yeah, you're going to get your money's worth.
Yeah. Father Wisdom has one. He thinks it's the second or third one he's ever made.
2001 or something like that.
You can take it out and use it.
Yeah. That was something I was going to say about durability too, is I think some people might be like, well, I've got this really nice, nylon tent that I've had for 10 years. Which means that you're treating it really well. If you treat our Bedroll with the same amount of care, which we encourage you to
using it in 40 years.
Your grandchildren will use it.
Seriously. Yeah. You treat it with the same amount of care, like treat your gear good, and it's going to last forever.
Such a good point.
And ours just does that exponentially more.
Such a good point.
Than those other materials.
You have to pack and unpack the Bedroll, so why not just have a bigger tent? Wrong. We covered that. You don't. It's always packed. You never have to pack or unpack it after the initial time. Man, it sure is big and heavy for backpacking. It's not made for backpacking.
You guys, it's not made for backpacking.
I know we look dumb. And to some extent we are, but we're not that dumb. Okay. We weren't like, let's make a 21-pound sleep system to backpack with. That's great. Right. It's not for backpacking unless you're packing in on horses or mules. We recognize. It's way too heavy for backpacking. Don't do it. There's other sleep systems that are better, like the Summit and others. If you're sleeping, at a base camp, a tent is better. Again,
you put it in the tent, don't you, Jay?
That's right. You make it even better.
You put it in the tent, or no, you're wrong. It's not better, because I didn't spend half the day setting up my freaking camp. I spent a minute and a half, and I'm done. And I'm sleeping better. And as much as I love you guys,
nice
I don't want to hear you snore. I don't want to smell you in the middle of the night.
You don't want to hear my random snorts.
I don't want to hear T's diabetic alarms going off.
I don't want you crawling over top of me to go pee.
True. That is so true.
It's pretty loud, right? There's so much. I like my own space. It's way better than a tent. In so many ways, I feel like we've covered that too. Yep. But you can't breathe in it. Yes, you can. Why would we make a sleep system that you can't breathe in?
If you use it the way we intend you to use it.
That is a roadmap to life in prison. Create a company based around a product that kills people.
Yeah.
Like how are we selling a product that people are consistently dying in? Like, obviously you can breathe in it. Yes, you can breathe in it. When used properly, you're going to breathe just fine. And the last one, which needs to be an episode in and of itself, is, man, condensation must be horrendous in there. I bet that thing's so condensated.
Oh, yeah.
No, it's not. Again, for the very cases that the canvas is extremely breathable when you vent it right. I have been in really crappy weather, 0 condensation. Are there times of year where you will have condensation in the top around the poles? Yes. When it's negative 26 degrees, guess what the air's doing? Dropping all moisture.
But find something else in that same condition that you're not going to have any condensation.
I was going to say, I've had more condensation in tents
Oh, yeah.
by far
Absolutely.
than the Bedroll.
Yeah.
Yep.
Even your
Every
fifth-wheeler
tent.
truck.
Yep.
Every tent.
It's not nylon. I think people are used to
just
nylon
science.
tents,
It's
and they're like,
science.
condensation's pretty bad in here. It must be really bad in there. No, it's actually not. In fact, if you went out and used it throughout the year, outside of some circumstances in early spring, if you're sleeping really close to water and it just rained and the dew point's really high, you might have some condensation by the pole, but it's not dripping on you.
I want to interject here because I talk to our customers because of my role in what I do. We're in Utah, we're in a desert, we're in a dry climate. The bulk of our experience is in the western states.
Yep.
It's true.
But I've talked to individuals. We're now selling all over the country, all over the world, which is freaking awesome.
Yeah,
Yes.
it is
If
awesome.
you live in a state where you have a high humidity, guess what? You will get condensation
some,
in our
yeah,
stuff.
yep.
But like you said, find us something else
Yes.
that doesn't.
Yeah.
Right. So you have to go into it with the right frame of mind and treat it fairly. Right.
Yep.
Treat it for what it is. And we're just arguing that out of all the options, this is the best fit for most things.
Correct.
Yes.
Yeah. And lastly, to wrap it up, first, T, can you remember the first time you used a Bedroll? Or
it was probably the first recollection I have of
experience?
it. Early experience was that negative 26 experience in the Tetons. That was like a month after I started with Canvas Cutter. That was up in Jackson Hole. I've talked about this on a previous podcast, but I went up there. I had a negative 35 degree bag, one of Teton's elk hunter bags in there. Then I had like a blanket inside. Dropped to negative 26 that night. I slept just dead as a log, and my buddies had to get in the truck and start it up and run it all night long because they couldn't handle it, and they probably thought I was dead because they tried to wake me up and they couldn't because I was too deep sleep.
Too deep.
So yeah, I mean, and it was like I got there, and first of all, I got my stuff set up. They were like just sleeping in the bed of the truck, but they had to pull their sleeping bags out of all this stuff, and I just unrolled mine, set up the poles, and I was actually done quicker, and they didn't even have a tent to set up. They were just
From what you were
just setting
used
up
to,
gear.
what was your initial impressions from like other sleep systems that you're an outdoors person?
The other thing I noticed is that it really does like contain your body heat because it is like a smaller form factor of, compared to other bigger tents and things. It's like your body heat stays like contained in there, which is actually super nice, especially when you're winter camping in that cold weather. So that the convenience factor and the comfort is probably the biggest thing of all. I've been camping my entire life. Most of that has been on air pads.
Yeah.
And I'm still pretty young, so that hasn't bothered me to a crazy extent, but it's still like not comfortable sleep. But it definitely makes a huge difference when I can like knock out in my bedroll and I do not wake up for much. So
I can testify that that's
still
most true.
Most people here can have experienced that.
Shave, before we were trying to recollect yours.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember. Honestly, I think I got a Bedroll from you. I was so excited to use it that I took it home and put it out on the back patio on the porch, or on the deck, I should say, and just slept on it. And I slept so good, and I liked the cool night air and listening to the crickets and whatever, that I proceeded to sleep in it for several days, even a couple of weeks out on the back patio, to the point where now my wife and I realize that we sleep so much better in different beds. So my marriage is stronger than ever. We love each other more than we ever have, and we're sleeping great. So that actually shed the light on like, hey,
You've had like fifth wheels. You've slept in wall tents with other setups. How did like your initial bedroll experience differ?
It's funny because I talk about how tidy and neat I like to be to a fault almost. I remember a trip, we were in a wall tent on cots. There were 4 of us in there, and I proceeded to lay my bedroll out and set it up, and I even put the poles up and everything. And I caught so much heck from my buddies saying, "Oh, you got a tent inside a tent, you idiot. What are you doing?" And I didn't care because I loved it. Loved it. I could zip it up. I was in my own zone. I didn't have everything we've talked about.
Yep.
Guess what? I came back 3 days ago from a deer hunt with these same dudes. Guess what now? They all have a bedroll inside the wall tent. I went inside the trailer that we had drugged down there, and guess what was on the 2 bunk beds? 2 bedrolls. They've all seen the light. They don't give me crap anymore. It keeps all your stuff tidy. We don't have gear spilling over on one another.
Yeah.
Everything is organized. We sleep warmer. We zip our beds up when we leave. Dirt, bugs, all the things. They're not going to – it's the peace of mind. They've seen the light, and I will never go back.
Yeah. Jake?
Let's see.
Your camping experience.
Yeah, so
What your first experiences?
first, I got my bedroll. My first bedroll it's not a canvas cutter bedroll, but first I know, thank you. First experience though was, my older brothers had one, and I was just jonesing to get my own. Like, I thought it was the coolest thing, just because it everything we've talked about.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
Fully contained, right, and comfortable. Right. That was the thing. I didn't like going camping because it was so uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Right. And I look at them, I'm like, man, that is just like the Taj Mahal of sleeping right there outdoors. Mm-hmm. Finally got my own, probably around 14 years old. And I just it changed my whole world.
Yeah.
It did. A whole
And that was just a
experience.
traditional bedroll, right?
Yes, just a traditional flip top, bedroll. But
It's a sleeping bag cover.
Yeah. But it made a huge difference. Well, fast forward last year, I was able to get my hands on a Dominator, and wow. Let's my other one, I didn't really felt the desire to sleep on the ground outside, exposed, if you will, right?
Yeah.
The Dominator, no problem.
Yeah.
Right? Because I don't know. The security of it, I guess, more of a mental thing for me. Mm-hmm. It's fully contained, but still breathable, right? Like, nothing's going to get inside. Things like that, unless it's a bear and you become a burrito. But,
which is another point. Like, well, it's
We
not
get
going to
comments
protect
of
you
that a
from
lot.
bears. Neither is your tent.
Yeah.
And to be honest, neither is your trailer. There's plenty of videos out there. If a bear wants to get into your trailer, it's pushing the window out.
Don't
and
be
getting in
hiding
your
snacks in your pillowcase, and you'll be all right.
We know the bedroll isn't bear proof, and neither is your tent. Neither is your cabin.
Yeah.
But
I love the pole system, right?
Yep.
Because I went camping with some buddies when I was in high school, had my bedroll. It snowed. Mm-hmm. Right? Well, guess what? I had to slither down in the sleeping bag and pull the flip top over, right? Which was fantastic. It sucked for them because they all got wet. I didn't, right? Mm-hmm. But it was a little more claustrophobic, that kind of a thing, right? Versus the Dominator, you got the pole systems up off
I'm glad
of
you said that.
And I'm just like, I don't even care what goes on outside.
We
obviously
we
I almost
have
got
a
ran over.
bedroll set up at Western Hunt. Okay. How many times do we get people coming over and go, that looks cool, but it looks tight for me. I get claustrophobic.
Yeah.
I challenge them on the spot every time.
lay in it right now.
Just come on, trust me. Lay in here. I won't zip it up. We'll just bring the top over.
Yeah.
You tell me what you feel like. Because when you visually look at it, it's like, it looks small. Looks like, if you have an issue with that, it might be something that you're not willing to do.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Dude, when do we ever get people calling us back and saying, I can't do this, I'm claustrophobic.
Yep.
There is a weird psychology because when you zip it up, that like cocoon that it creates or something, I swear it helps you sleep better. The fact that we say grown men sleep in their bedrolls next to their wife in their master bedrooms, we're not lying. And it's not just one individual.
No.
Yeah.
We've had it reported over and over again. There is some weird, I don't know if it taps into our
thing, something, yeah.
Yeah, like in the womb. I don't know what
Dude,
it
and
is,
that's
but
in the
it is a
2.0.
thing.
3.0?
Oh, yeah.
Dang, dude, I'm not
Glorious amount of space.
I get
Dude,
giddy.
you can
I
sit
get
up
giddy.
and put your socks on.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Well, I honestly can't remember my first experience. It was either in Region G or here in Utah on the Manti using it. I would have been pretty young at the time. I do know that not too many years into having one, that experience that I shared on another podcast where we talk about our camping experiences of having that bedroll, having it be really nice weather. We're out scouting for deer, have a great night looking at good bucks, come back to camp, go to bed, wake up in the morning, and it snowed 1/2 foot, and I had no idea. I was warm and comfortable, and it was awesome. I remember that being like, this is cool. But I've had a bedroll in my life for so long. I know that when I have tested air pads in multiple times throughout the years trying to debate whether Canvas Cutter does one for the Summit sleep system, I remember every time I sleep on one, I go, I can't do air pads. I hate it. It's so uncomfortable. But to just sum things up, there are a lot of sleep systems out there.
Great ones.
Great sleep systems with a lot of really sound applications that fit better in some situations than the bedroll does, than a Canvas Cutter bedroll does. However, when it comes to use cases and applications, I don't believe there's a sleep system that works in more situations and performs better than a bedroll. And I really do think that, and this is what we all love and why we do what we do, I really think it improves your experiences in the outdoors because you sleep better, you're more comfortable, and again, you go out and you do what you went out to do. And you're not coming home tired and putting stuff away. You come home, throw some stuff on the shelf, and you're done. And that's really, really nice. But we would love to hear from you guys. If you're out there listening or watching this and have had awesome bedroll experiences, let us know about your experience using a bedroll and use case applications. There might be so many that I can't even think of. So if you have awesome or unique use cases for using your bedroll, let us know in the comments below. We would love that. And as always, boys,
Keep on
keep on.